Okay, so listen here, guys. We want to be a success. We want you to be a success. Everybody wants to be a success these days, right? So, if you could, please please subscribe. We got to make some money on this thing, okay? I want to sell Blue Chew, all right? It's always been my dream to sell boner pills to people who don't need them, okay? So please, like the pod. Cannot believe I just said like the pod. That's so lame. Hi there.
Hello.
I'm trying not to start it with hey.
You know what? Just be free with it. Just be natural. Just do what your heart tells you.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, maybe don't always listen to your heart, and that's okay.
I have the superior Harry Carey impression.
Yes.
Yes, it's
you
very
do.
good.
It was really good.
It's better than every other person who's ever done it, ever.
I think you have the best one, and if you were going through a competition, people would think, is that Harry Carey?
I wish there were Harry Carey impression competitions. I would join that. I would make it much further than I made it in that hog calling contest I was in as a child.
I did not know you were in a hog calling contest.
Oh, I didn't tell you that?
That is delightful. Tell me everything.
Ooh.
Is that what you did?
No. That would have been better, honestly.
Yeah.
I was a kid and
How old were you?
I was probably like maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
Very young. And, I am from the country.
Surprise.
But I have a lot of family in Lebanon, Kentucky, which is way out in the boondocks, way out in the boonies. And they have this festival every year called Ham Days, and it's a celebration of all things pork related. You would know anything about that, but
Nope.
Because ham is like one of their primary exports.
Oh, okay.
It's one of their big ham producer.
Okay.
They used to be. I don't know if they still are, but they still have the festival, which is tight. And so it's kind of like, it's like an old country, there's a parade, there's like little flea market booths. And I tell you what, I'm getting off tangent here, but this dude, oh my God, he used to make the coolest, like wooden, what's the word? Not whittled, but like hand carved, wooden, like toy guns. So cool. They were like
detailed too.
No, they weren't detailed at all.
Yeah, I was like,
but he would take like 2x4 and he would make it into like a shape of a very simple toy gun. He'd have like there'd like be like a little trigger hole for your finger, and there would be one of two options. There would be either, and this one wasn't as good. There would be there'd be a stick at the end, a thin stick, and then along that stick was there was a PVC pipe that went over it.
Oh.
And then there was a cork attached to a string on the wooden piece.
Love this.
And so it would utilize suction to build up pressure in the PVC pipe with the cork. And then the cork was like the bullet. And so you would stick the cork in the PVC pipe and then you pull it up to build up pressure to tighten the string. And then you pull it back, the PVC pipe, and the pressure would shoot the cork out. Be like, and how tight is that, right?
Sounds like someone knows Physics.
Yes, I am Neil deGrasse, the next generation.
I was talking about the man who created the toy guns.
I thought you were impressed with my explanation.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
But that was great also.
But the superior here, there's a superior model.
Yeah.
Which was, instead of that, it would be same concept, wooden rifle, holster, gun trigger, blah. And then at the end of the barrel, there would be these two clips, like legit, like not bobby pins, but like, the clothesline pins, the wooden ones. And then there was a little like holder on the back, and then what you do is you'd put you take rubber bands, put them in the clothesline pin, and then pull it back to the little notch that the rubber band held on, and then you open the clothesline, and then that was like the trigger, and like shoot rubber bands at people.
That's great. I used to do it with my fingies. Did you do that with your fingers back in the day?
No, I didn't. I did it with a wooden gun.
All right. Well, I guess you're better than me.
Yeah.
But
with a rifle.
Us poories, so we couldn't afford wooden guns.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
Yeah.
I feel like in school people were always I mean, you'd put what you were kind of describing with the rubber band, and then you'd push fingy, and then it's out.
Yeah.
Very fun and potentially harmful.
I could never figure that out.
All right.
But so it was a good time, and cool. And he would like bedazzle it with shit,
Yeah, great.
to make it look like a real gun, or like a little like red, like caution,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then they also had there was like a prank store, which, like, how many prank stores are there in the world today?
Not enough. I would like some fake vomit.
Yeah.
I would like some of that chewing gum that fucks with you, like in Pee-wee's.
That's all I'm thinking about is the prank store at Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, that's what I think about immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And so I bought, I'd buy like stink bombs, and I was a domestic terrorist in Lebanon, Kentucky. I would just be like, hey, what do you think about farts? And I'm like, to like bystanders.
Hilarious.
And they're like, oh, I don't much care for them. I'm like, too bad. And it was
no, I told you I didn't care for them.
And it was like literally like someone had like distilled down like chemically like skunk particles, like whatever that pheromone is.
Sure.
They're just like, oh, we've distilled this down into like an artificial, whatever the chemical bond is, whatever the particles are, and they put it like just like in pure concentrated form in like a little glass, mind you, capsule.
Are you kidding?
No,
you
I'm
as
not.
a child were just throwing little glass capsules around.
Legitimately, this is like riot gear. Like this is like heavy duty. This is what the
Would there be smoke?
This is what the cops should be using. Well, maybe not should be, but this is. I mean,
yeah.
If I were pro cop, I'd be like, oh, this is what you guys need. This is the good shit right here. Honestly, maybe protest. Get some stink bombs.
Yeah, honestly.
What a great idea.
Wouldn't they say that was domestic terrorism though? Like, they're going to spin it. I mean, you can't just be doing that. You're like, it's just stink bombs. They're going to be like,
all domestic terrorism, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Any kind of, I'm like, domestic terrorism.
Domestic terrorism. Domestic terrorist.
I don't agree with domestic terrorism.
Sneeze. Domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
I like how you did that.
Thank you. Brought it back.
Ayo.
Anyway, long story short.
It was still long.
So, yeah, hog calling contest.
Yes.
And it's honestly kind of a mockery of the institution because it was like 5 or 6 like actual legitimate hog collars, like the they grew up on a pig farm and they're really doing like the sweep, just going down the row, and they're just as loud as they possibly could. Sweep.
I'm sure people love it.
And then I get up here, 6-year-old me.
No.
It's like, here, pig. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Here, piggy, piggy. And, it was cute for half a second. Then they're like, all right, kid, let's get the fuck out of here.
You just say it for 5 minutes. Please come here. Piggy, here. Over here. I have Piggy. And they're like, we have to fucking get this kid off the stage.
Mind you, there were no pigs. So, to be fair, we don't know how successful I would have been. I kind of contest the results of that competition.
You know what? Fair. So you didn't win, or?
No, I didn't win. I didn't win that. And surprisingly, to my surprise, I didn't win the pizza eating contest.
Oh, okay.
Either.
That is surprising.
I was just like, I'm fat. I'll do great.
Yeah.
And like, that's not how that works.
No, you're just
at all.
like eating a pizza like you normally like. You have to like. There's technique. Did you see that episode of Hey Arnold? Hello.
Ooh.
Did you see that episode?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I have, but I don't remember it. Was it a
Okay.
pie eating contest?
No, it was like ice cream, I think.
Was it ice cream?
Yeah, because I
feel like it was
remember
pie.
afterwards, like he was training with the grandma, and then when she was done, like she like wouldn't let him eat, and they were practicing, and he was so hungry. And then after they were done, she was like, "Let's get a big blah meal," and he just vomits. Just a fun time. So
try not to do the Hey Arnold Oscar voice right now.
I mean, again,
Arnold, make me a sandwich. Why don't you make me a sandwich?
That was great.
It's for y'all 90s heads out there.
Ayo, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So we are just, not just coming back, but
We're different people. So much has happened.
Yeah. I mean, we have so sorry for the listeners who were just fiending for a new epi.
Fuck you. You
no,
enjoy it.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna apologize for my co-host Adam.
You're lucky we even do this for you.
All right, we need to shut it down. We need to shut it down right now. But no, we've been gone for a little bit. We've been taking trips. Went to Cleveland, saw Sam Morril. Great.
Oh,
Went to Chicago.
Oh my God, I forgot we even saw Sam Morril.
So much happened.
That's how much has happened.
Kind of a little span of time.
We really just wanted to find ourselves and go on a journey,
self-discovery,
and I think we were really successful.
We did it. I think we found out we're fucking awesome.
I'm joking, but I actually do think that it was a lot of good experiences.
Yeah, I think we had a good time.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. So,
what'd you think of Sam Morril? Let's just start down. We're just going to tell you about our lives for the next hour, and it's
unless
gonna be
it's
great.
boring, and then we'll move on. But
we're
let's
interesting, so
but we are interesting, so you're welcome. He was funny. I liked his crowd work is great.
Yeah, very funny.
He's very funny. It's interesting because he's got some really good bits, but you could tell and this was his second performance, mind you, but you could tell like as we were kind of getting towards maybe like the last 15 or so minutes, I don't know, I can't give like a time estimate of it, but he was just like, what else? He was just kind of scraping to figure out what he wanted.
Got a little sloppy there towards the end.
And, and he would do one. He's like, doesn't good. Okay. he was figuring it out. And that can be cool, but that's how Greg Fitzsimmons was too. When we saw him, it was definitely like, okay, that one. And he did a lot of jokes I'd already seen. Yeah.
You can definitely tell when a comedian is doing polished material versus just working stuff out for sure. Cause it's a lot looser.
Or phoning it in.
And, I feel like it's become a lot more common for comedians to just have their like little notebook out. It's like, are you even trying? But also, I get it.
I like that, actually. I feel like we're a part of the workshopping process.
I agree. Well, we're paying for their workshop, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But I like it. I thought he was good. We had a good time. Adam is warming up to Cleveland more.
All kidding aside, real quick, I just want to say, Sam Morril, one of the best working comics.
Very
today.
funny. If you have not seen his shit, I mean, quick, funny, again, great crowd work. He knows how to speak to the people. So, that was really good. But
Cleveland definitely opening up.
Yeah, and to be fair, I forgot to mention this.
Yeah,
I forgot to mention this. But the times you've seen it has been during COVID.
Yeah.
So we need to be aware of that. I think that.
True that.
When you've seen stuff, I'm like, things weren't open. There's a lot of shit that is different when it's not, shut down for a worldwide pandemic. I think we need to consider that.
I guess that's true.
So just putting it out there.
Well, we got to see some really cool stuff, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
For sure. What did we do? We went to Brew Nuts. Shout out to Brew Nuts.
Brew Nuts.
I had a watermelon donut by accident. I was hoping it would be like strawberry. It was not.
No. And it was
still very good though.
Vegan,
very good.
Or what was it?
I think some of them were vegan. Some of them were, some of them weren't. Yeah.
Did you have a vegan one?
I think I did.
And I did too.
Yeah.
Which it was good, but not my fave.
Yeah.
I just, I'm just not vegan. Let's just be
Brew
real.
nuts, good but not our fave.
Good, but not our fave. The vibes are cool though. I liked that. We had a good Airbnb.
Did we? I
Real
forgot all about
coast.
what
that
did we
was
do?
the like
What was
condo,
the
and there
B?
was an upstairs, and we had our little comfy couch, and
Oh yeah.
it was really nice.
Pretty tight. Yeah.
Some weird noises at night coming from the ceiling. Tried to ignore it. Went back to sleep. Adam was.
There was
spooked.
definitely a mouse in that.
I could not think about it
Airbnb.
because I don't know how anyone else feels, but I go to ghosts immediately. Immediately go to ghosts.
Yep.
Because Adam does not believe in ghosts, and
Only the Holy Ghost.
well, okay. All right. But so if I let my mind, and I also I've watched a lot of horror movies, I listen to scary podcasts, I'm in it, so my mind is immediately going to like all of these places, so I just gotta shut it down. When you were like, do you hear that? I'm like, nope, it's fine, we just have to go to sleep.
Yeah. I, of course, know that it's actually probably a rodent.
Yeah.
And that is really just can't do it.
Yeah.
I grew up with mice and
Oh yeah, you did.
in the country, and when
like
you're in the
Disney
country,
thing, like your
it's
friends.
yeah, we're best friends. It's just it's just you. Like it's just nothing in the country. It's just silence.
Yeah.
There's no background noise. It's just you and the mouse, and that's all you can hear is the mouse running around, scurrying. And then you're looking at him, and it's almost like your roommates, like you both go out to the kitchen for a late night snack. Yeah, dude.
What's up?
Yeah, cheese. Yeah, same. Same, brah. Yeah, I hated it.
Do you remember when I had a mouse in here? This is before you'd moved in, but I had that mouse. And it was so fucking cute.
Yeah.
And
you better be glad you didn't get another one.
yeah. Oh my God, I know. I'm very lucky because I caught the mouse, by the way, because I am a G. And it wasn't coming out at night, which is what people always say. It was fucking brave. It was coming out in the day. It was running around. I thought there were more than one. I didn't see another one after I caught it, but I was waiting for it to kind of, I don't know, go into a trap, which I didn't really want to kill it, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to catch him. Boom, easy, so cute, took a picture, adorable. And then I set it free, I don't know, maybe 20 or so feet from my place. And I was later told by someone, you need to go farther because they'll come back in. So then I was like, well, fuck. But he didn't come back in.
Yeah.
But he was very cute.
I love that.
Thank you.
Maybe it was Ratatouille.
There's a 90% chance it was
He
Ratatouille.
was cooking when we found him.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was. Oh,
Yeah.
That's true. He was cooking.
Yeah. And maybe it was his, working class cousin, though, because he was making chicken wings.
Oh, yeah. See, I did
instead
find
of
that
French
questionable.
cuisine.
It was
Yeah.
impressive to watch, though. And you know what? They were baby chicken wings. I don't even know how they get a chicken that small.
Really?
It's impressive.
Do you know that buffalo wings are technically Italian food? Because it was made in an Italian restaurant by Italian. It was invented by Italians in Buffalo.
Well, I don't know. Does that make it Italian, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because an Italian restaurant.
Sure.
They made wings in the Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
All right. I won't argue, but I disagree.
That's why all these pizza places have wings.
Sure.
Because pizza's Italian.
But they just go well together.
Because they're Italian.
Well, all right.
I would
in the comments.
I would love to go to Italy and be like, you guys have chicken wings, right?
Oh,
Could I get some
all
wings?
I want you to do. You don't have wings? What kind of fucking place is this?
Hey, oh, we don't have wings here. That's how real Italians talk.
Yeah.
Not
that is how they
Americanized
talk.
Italians.
Hey.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ba-ba-da-bo. Talking about wings.
Yes. We can now, not that we didn't have as many wings, but we are going to be eating a shit ton of wings.
Ooh, we have found the truth, baby.
We have found the truth.
We're about 5 years too late. But oh boy, were we wrong.
I know. Were we ever?
I was really stubborn about it. I was
know.
fighting the trend.
I think you need to. Well, you don't have to get into details per se about names.
I didn't want to do it. All these fucking Rogan heads are like, oh, you gotta do this. we're talking about keto.
We're talking about keto.
Good
I was like, we
keto,
need to.
bro.
We are currently a week. No, we're officially like a week into keto.
I've already lost 10 pounds.
He's already lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we came back from Chicago and had no restraints, just doing it up because it was our birthday weekend. Ayo. And
we had an orgy. On
because
drugs.
I was on drugs.
Heroin orgy.
Okay, let's quiet down with the heroin. So we got on it and we came back, and I've done like low carb things, and that was successful. But Adam and I both do better, kind of with more like extremes.
Yes.
Because I think there's one way of being like, I'll eat healthier. I can have some, but like just a little bit, because I work like if I have a little bit then I want more and then I'm annoyed. It's easier for me to be like, I'm just not going to have that, or create substitutions because I'm still want sweets, but I'm making keto friendly sweets. Just baking some because I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, I like to think portion control works, but it doesn't. Not for me.
Yeah,
because I am that sounds so dumb, but like I have an addiction to food.
No, I mean you do. That's
I have
not
a
dumb.
terrible relationship with food.
Yeah, it's really unhealthy.
I mean, we're not ready to go there.
Yeah, I don't know if you're ready to get too exposed, but know that it wasn't good.
I used to really have a problem with eating junk food. Like, and I know people are like, well, who doesn't? But like, seriously,
you don't. First off, fuck you for dismissing his feelings.
How
you don't
dare
get
you?
it.
That was so funny. I was talking. There were a few times I spoke to my brother. He wanted to talk to me about like, his issues with alcohol and. He's like, I just don't get it, man. I mean, don't you ever feel that way where you just want to do this thing that you know you shouldn't, but you can't? I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. I have this problem with Taco Bell. It's just, I know it's bad for me. I just can't. Like, I really have an addiction to terrible food. And I just, even though I know, and I feel, it makes me feel so terrible and I regret it every single time. And I'm like, it's just the worst. And it makes me feel depressed. Because it destroys my self-esteem and my self-worth. And so, I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying. Does that make sense? Does any of that make sense? And it's like, no, it don't actually.
That's not what I'm talking about at all.
I don't think you know what I'm saying, buddy.
Which is so funny to me that he's just like, no. Because also like this man is hearing what you're saying and he's like, I have a substance abuse problem. I am addicted to alcohol. I cannot stop. It's ruining my life in this way. And for you to be like, I eat a lot of Taco Bell in his mind.
To be fair, it does sound like I'm diminishing alcoholism.
100%. But I know you're not meaning. No, you're trying to relate to your brother.
That I can.
Yeah,
and you're just
I get
like
it.
shutting it down.
But I think he probably feels like he's really opening up maybe in that way, and you feel like, oh, we're gonna connect.
Yeah,
but
and he's like, no,
and
buddy,
he doesn't get.
I don't actually.
Yeah, I actually don't.
No, I don't.
And I'm angry about it. And he, he doesn't get the extreme of it either. I think that it's because it's not like that.
Because again, people, food addiction is so misunderstood because we think like, oh, well, that food's a thing that we have to do.
Right.
So of course you're going to want food, right? But there's a different level when there's an emotional tie to it, when all of your emotional like all of your personal value is attached to it,
like that's your support. Food was your support.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have like adrenaline rushes just sitting in the drive-through, just knowing like, I know I'm gonna feel terrible after this. I know I'm gonna make myself sick. I mean, I would make myself sick. I would make myself want to vomit. Sometimes I would.
Yeah.
And I would just have like one time a friend of mine caught me in the drive-through line, like in public, and just knocked on my door. Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm like, oh my god, oh, what are you doing here?
Oh damn!
Because he was also in the drive-through line.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm a deviant. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Yeah, the shame you felt.
I felt so shameful.
Well, and food addiction is hard too, because it's like with alcohol, I'm not saying it's easy, but like it's easier to abstain from. You can keep out of your life, whereas food, it's like you do have to eat.
Yes.
You know, and also like sex addiction. I mean, again,
you gotta
it's still
fuck.
you're fucking. You know, you can't just be like, I'm done. I'm gonna just be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Abstinence. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
abstinent.
I know what abstinence is, but I felt like that was wrong in my mind.
Right.
But
people don't have to drink.
Yeah, exactly. It's different.
Unless they have chemical
I'm,
dependency
again,
on
not
it.
to diminish like people of alcoholism.
Of course not.
But I think that we can all agree.
My whole family
all
are drunks.
agree here.
My whole family, a bunch of fucking
Come
drunks.
on now, yeah, and that's just how it is. It's just It's just different. So when you told me that, I was very sympathetic to it.
Yeah. Thank you,
I'm
baby.
Great. You're welcome. Thank you.
You're so sympathetic and supportive
I
and
know.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, you
I
get
feel
great
like you don't
hair.
compliment me. Stop it. I told
Silky
Adam earlier
smooth.
today, I was looking in the mirror because I just tried new shampoo. It's like a soap and conditioner bar, and I never thought I'd love that, and it's fucking bomb. It's like Vivaria. I can't remember. But it feels better, and I was looking in the mirror, and I was like, baby, just my hair looks so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just really great at agreeing. And it does, though.
Oh.
Objectively, it looks great.
Yeah.
Shiny and soft.
I agree.
Thank you.
So anyway, we're doing keto.
Yeah.
It's going very well.
We're doing really well.
I mean, how hard is a diet where I can just eat Spam whenever I want? You know,
you love
Let's be
Spam way
honest.
too much.
Love Spam.
I've never met. First off, Spam. People shit on Spam. You take Spam out, take a big old dump on it.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone.
I shit Spam.
Yeah, you do.
People shit on Spam. I shit.
You shit Spam because of the amount of Spam you eat, and it's just
the whole block.
Increased to new levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been great. I feel like, I mean, I like to cook. You're a good cook. Following a recipe. The biggest thing with us that we just like in the week, easy peasy. We just make shit. That's no problem.
Yeah.
The weekends I think are going to be harder because we can have a little treat
We
or
like
if
to
we're with
eat
someone.
out.
We like going to restaurants.
Yes.
So, and there's keto shit,
We're
but let's
foodies.
be real. We're not. Well, more you than me, honestly. I would say you're lightweight.
Oh, I'm tapped in.
You tap. I'm
in the Facebook
TikTok.
groups.
He sends me shit. I mean, and I'm like, cool, we'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I should have a blog.
Yeah, you should have a blog.
Hey friends.
Hey friends. But yeah, hasn't been bad. Again, like I love cheese, I love meat.
Yeah.
I think what we
and vegetables.
I think that we get away from it not because I like vegetables.
Clarify.
It's just you're cooking something and I don't know. So we have to we're still figuring that out a little bit, but we've been killing it.
Yep. Gonna have a big ass turkey leg tomorrow.
Ooh-wee, where are we going, baby? He's
we
very
are doth
excited.
thou joining our compatriots at the Renaissance Fair.
You sound like an old country man.
No, that's
Lord,
my British
yeah.
voice. Lord of the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's gonna be great.
I'm excited. Adam was reluctant. I'm telling everybody.
Somebody better get impaled with a joust or something. That's the only way I'm gonna be like, that was a great time.
Yeah, Adam is very judgy of this. I've never been to a Renaissance fair. I've always wanted to go here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Very into it. I did buy an outfit, but now I'm concerned it will be too hot.
No.
We'll figure it out. I know
It'll be too hot to handle.
That's true though. That's true. So I'm
Me
excited.
so horny.
Yeah. We have fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We'll report back. We're gonna come back with these epis, so you all know what.
There's got to be some. I was talking to a friend about this, and it's like, worst case scenario, it's gonna be some good people watching. I think.
Yes, you love people watching.
Definitely gonna be no shortage of dorks there. That's for sure.
Yep.
I tell you what would be cool, because I'm more of a sci-fi guy than a fantasy person. Person of fantasy is what I prefer to say. But how about a Star Trek fair? Where it's like, ooh, it's like we're on a starship, and there's aliens and people are having alien sex and there's phasers and
people are having phaser sex.
And we do like a fake hologram. I don't know how you would do a fake hologram.
I mean,
I guess it would just be people pretending it's a hologram.
Didn't they do a fucking show with Tupac as a hologram?
What? Oh, yeah.
Back in the day? So the technology exists.
Holograms, fun fact, are kind of real. Like, have you seen those, like, holographic projectors that are out now? It's really bizarre. You haven't seen these?
I don't think... No, I'm going to say no.
Oh, my God. They're real. And it's...
Are they?
It's like Blade Runner shit. Yes.
That's
it's
the
like,
first thing I thought about.
It's like I've seen it's like a fan. It's like it's like a propeller that, and there's like little light bulbs all along each of the axis, and it spins very quickly and it shoots out like a little laser beam, and then the compendium of the laser beams create an image in 3 dimensions.
Oh shit.
Like, it's real. Holograms are fucking real now.
People need to know.
And it's so cool. I want to
Yeah,
get
I'm here
one.
for that shit.
The only reason I haven't bought one yet is because, like, the only ads I see are on TikTok, and they're like, they're Chinese, and I'm like, I don't know if I trust this. But
yeah, no, I get that.
yeah. To be fair, I did buy a Chinese GPU for my PC, and
it's
worked out pretty well so far.
Easy. Yeah. No, honestly, it has. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I am way too easily persuaded with advertisements on my social medias.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where I was on Instagram, and I feel like not every single thing that was advertised to me, but frequently I would see something and I'm like, I'm not going to buy that. And then the next day I'd be like, ugh. And then the day after that, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Mm-hmm. And most of that is like garbage. There was one where it would supposed to clean your makeup brushes, and did not do a great job. Another one was supposed to take the hair out of your clothes and the gunk, and again, nothing, nada. Another one was for makeup, Il Maquillage. If anyone knows that or is interested, do not buy it. That shit sucks. In any case, point being, I've had some failed purchases.
Yeah.
So you can't be, but it looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
You can't get everything on Wish.com.
No. I don't fuck with Wish like that anymore.
Oh, really?
I mean, not that I was fucking with it all like that before, but
yeah,
I definitely was checking stuff out more. Because sometimes you get, depending on what it is, it's kind of good.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right about that. I tell you what, I'm feeling so great right now because, I just came off the karaoke track.
Hey-o.
I tell you what, I
love to okie.
Well, I kill it. I kill it every time.
He does.
I did a little Bosque, a little Lido.
Adam, you're so good. He has a stage presence because he's done stuff, but very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing you up there. You're being cute and quirky and fun.
Yeah, you're welcome, crowd.
Yeah, everyone is so thankful for your presence on that stage.
Yeah.
Free show.
It's really a gift, honestly. I mean, when I sang in church, I'd make people cry.
Yeah, I believe you. I feel like that sounds like a lie, but it was church too.
People would cry, be like, "What are you doing? Shut up."
They don't have a lot, and you're touching them with your voice, baby. Man. Well, and also you sang differently. I mean, I saw that clip of you singing, which was beautiful.
Oh,
but
right. Well, it's more operatic.
Yeah. So if you're religious and you're hearing these notes of this nice young man, it's I don't know, it just hits you different, I'm sure.
Yeah. There were so many.
Hitting different.
We used to tour. We used to go to.
Say what your band.
We used to go to nursing homes, and we were I was in 2 groups. Okay, I was in one group, kind of a hoity-toity, a little yuppity group. It was 8 people. It was like a 4-voice octet. We were called the Faithful 8.
My favorite.
And we had pictures taken, and we made CDs, all very fun. That was the, hoity-toity middle class group. And then I was in the working class Christian group. It was like a country band called the Resurrectors. And we spelled it with a Z.
Fun.
Because that's cool.
Oh, people were like, I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a Z. Because I feel like they get the youths.
You know what I love? I love worshiping the Lord and lasers.
And lasers.
And you are in both those lanes.
Oh,
so let's do it.
Something for me.
But we would do nursing homes because, like, they don't have a choice. Right? And I remember one time, and my dad would play with us sometimes, and there would be one time we were doing a show, and, you know, they don't know where the fuck they're at, you know, and there was this one guy, his name was Vincent. It didn't matter. Every song, he would just clap his hand. It didn't matter how bad we were. He would clap it. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, he's
beautiful,
supportive.
Beautiful. We wouldn't even be done. Like, we're not done yet. Beautiful. It's beautiful. That's great. Beautiful.
Vinny.
And then one time, oh my God, there was this one lady. She was in a wheelchair, and she, I don't remember where the order of events was with this, but it was the same night. And she, first of all, she started like disrobing, like in the middle of the show.
Oh yeah, that's not super uncommon, but
well, we were killing it.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
Oh yeah, you gotta get them dudes.
She was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's fucking
That's
go.
on you, honestly.
Let's fucking party.
That's on you. Yeah, she's trying to get fucked up.
And then after, and my mom had to do like a Secret Service kind of like dad.
Oh,
like,
was your mom
like,
there?
She worked in the nursing home.
Oh, okay.
She did like a Secret Service leap, like, no,
Oh,
you can't see these old titties.
Yeah, I'm saving you.
Yeah, which thank God. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what I would have done, but
you would have been fine.
But then I think, and then they calmed her down, you know, and then she just like, throughout the course of the night, she would just slowly kind of like wheel herself up just an inch by inch up to the, like where we were, like on the stage, you know, just.
Nobody knows this little old me.
And then she got like so close to my dad, like literally.
Was
like
your dad there watching?
No, he was playing. I was saying he would play with us sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, he was playing guitar.
Sure, that makes
sense.
sense.
And she'd roll her way up to him, and she got up like closer than you and I are right now, like right up on him.
We're pretty close.
And she'd like start fucking with him. She'd take her little finger with her overgrown fingernails.
Oh no!
Start like trying to
get the guitar.
Trying to get the car. And she'd be like, pluck that string, boy.
Your dad's probably
pluck that string.
Somebody get her. Somebody get this one. You gotta do your best.
She clearly wanted to fuck my dad.
Honestly.
Honestly, when she took her, that was for him.
Yeah, I get it. She was looking right. She was hard staring at him the whole time. And your mom's like, "We're together."
Yeah.
She's like, "You dumb bitch!
Fuck you, whore!"
Yeah, he's mine.
He's my man now.
She's like, God.
He looked at my titties.
He looked at my. I know who's trying to see him.
I know what he wants.
I know what man wants.
I give him what he wants. You ain't giving it to him.
And the sex that happens in nursing homes, though. I mean, that's pretty common knowledge, I think, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Like the STD count in nursing homes. But also, like, again, you're old, you're chilling. I'm really
they're looking,
for it.
honestly, they're trying to get STDs.
I mean,
speeds this process
I think it's fine
up.
as long as it doesn't affect you, like, long-term health-wise. And I'm assuming some of those, especially because your immune system isn't as great when you're older.
Yeah.
Isn't good for them.
But
let them fuck!
Yeah, why not? Let's have a little fun out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Were you the fun police?
I can't even imagine sex at that age. I mean,
I think about it not from other people.
I mean, I'm lazy now as a 32-year-old man.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's too much. I know. I think about that. Do you just get to a point in your life? I mean, I guess different priorities and your sex drive falls off, so it's not as important. But
yeah,
will I be because another part, and this goes with besides the sex stuff is there's, when you're not they like masturbate in public, so there's some like touching happening.
Is that right?
I mean, it definitely occurs. Like, I've seen it happen a lot with clients, like with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And the way I talk to a mom about this is like, it feels good. Like, we look at sexual stuff as like, oh, dirty. It's like they're not trying to do anything. It's like, it feels good when I touch there, so I'm going to touch there.
Yeah, I get
and there's
that.
like not that awareness. So
yeah.
I think the last thing you want to do is shame. I always say, like, if someone's doing that, you're like, hey, you know what? You have to do that in your room, kind of thing. But to not be like, freak out about it.
Oh no, you can't do that.
Like, come on. Do you not masturbate? I know it's in your room, but like, come on now.
Let's be honest.
Let's be real. Let's be real here.
Let's be real about old people fucking.
It's about damn time.
Yeah, so old people having sex.
I'm really glad that we got into that.
Yeah, so karaoke, that was great.
Yeah, I mean, you're great. You're great in the karaoke. Very fun. Success.
Just there to have a good time.
Just there to have a good time. Everyone else has a good time. Yeah. I think it was perfect.
But we were there because you had an improv show tonight.
I did have an improv show. And I didn't go to the show. I wasn't at the show last month. And I haven't really gotten in a whole lot of practice time. So I was lightweight nervous. Only because I'm always scared that, I think the worst fear is not people not laughing, like whatever. I mean, obviously you want them to laugh. But when you are up there, and I have a lot of brain farts with words and you just can't think. So to be up there, that's right. So to be up there and forget something simple, like in a practice, I couldn't remember competition. I'm sitting there trying to remember or pausing.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to kind of learn how to do that. Like if you can't think of something, kind of play into it without it being quiet.
You couldn't remember conference the other day.
I know.
Ugh.
I'm losing it.
You're losing your mind.
Losing my mind. Need to find it. Where to go?
But you guys were so great. You guys are so.
I think it was good. Yeah.
I talk a lot of shit about improv because 99% of it is it's terrible.
And let's be real, like nobody seeks out an improv show. I feel like it's one of those things that someone or you see it last minute and you're like, oh, fuck it, let's go. Why not? Like, I don't know anyone who's like, let's see if they have improv here. Any good improv?
I could really go for some improv.
I want just like comedy made up on the spot by people who kind of almost don't know what they're doing. Yeah. And
let's go see people with regular jobs perform.
Well, I also think, and I'm going to circle back. I mean, I'm going to also say that. So two things. One, people also are so worried about being called up and like called out and stuff like that. And I think we always want to make it clear that we ask for suggestions, but we're not like going to point you out. And the second thing is, I think all that being said, whose line is it anyway? Really kind of, I think changes people's perspectives, but
you owe a lot
really
to Drew
Colin
Carey.
and I'm sorry?
You owe a lot to Drew Carey.
Honestly. But Colin and Ryan are so fucking funny. I mean, watching that show, I think you think about improv and then you think about that show and it feels different, I guess, because they're so funny and they're so good and there's so much good shit. And then most improv you see, you're like,
wow.
Not that I've seen a whole lot of improv, but
huge Wayne Brady diss.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? I think Wayne Brady is incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I just didn't love, he's musical.
He's not funny. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And
he's a good performer, but he's not funny.
Music. Yeah. I didn't like the music stuff. Like he was good at rhyming and stuff, but any of the song games, I'm like, ugh, I wasn't here. I mean, I love Scenes from a Hat. I loved the props game. I loved the film dub game.
I wish you guys had more prop. You guys don't have any prop stuff.
No, I think it might make things. Yeah, I mean, I think incorporating different games would be good because there's some that we kind of go through, and I'm like, ugh. But I think that's part of it, right? Like you can't get every single game that you're obsessed with. You have to fucking deal. Sorry about it. Sorry about it, princess.
So you felt pretty good about the show then?
I did. I felt really good.
Yeah,
I think.
Me too.
Again, when you're up there, you're really critical of yourself and you're noticing pauses or, should have done this. And obviously people on your troupe too, if you're like, fuck. But
no, what
again,
do you mean?
100% no. But I think that I'm definitely really critical of myself. And it's in those small moments. And I can't even give you examples. But I think the audience knows you're making it up, right? So they are much more understanding of when things don't always hit, but you have to make sure you bring it back. Yeah. Because my thing is like, if you don't get a laugh, it doesn't mean I've completely lost them. They're just like, oh, this other thing was funny. All right. And then you get a laugh and they're like, okay, never mind. It's still fun. It's still funny. Like you get, there's reassurance there that you're still doing it right. Yeah. And I think we're, solid. I feel like everyone who's come and hasn't seen improv gotten And here's the thing, they could lie, but people have come back that have not. So
I've had coworkers come, and I was saying this earlier, like, if you come once, it's like, it's courtesy, it's really sweet, there's for support. But like, if you come back again, it's like that means you wanted to go.
Yeah. Because you won't tell me if it's shit, right? Because that would be impolite.
You just wouldn't come back.
You just wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
Like, he's fine.
Yeah. Which is fine. We don't need you.
Yeah.
But can I plug it? Is that okay?
Plug it? Sure.
Yeah. So the group is called, and again, we're in Louisville.
Yeah.
Group is called Extra Crispy, and Pete Holmes reference. And, they perform the third Friday of every month at the Bard's Town.
One word.
No, it's not.
It's not? The
Bard's Town? It's 2 words. Actually, it's 3. The Bards.
Oh, is the word?
Posh VS Town. Yeah. Well, it's on Bardstown Road.
This is awkward. I feel like if I introduce it, the Bardstown, one word. I think I'm thinking about the road. Probably.
It was so funny. I told someone once about the Bardstown, the bar, and I'm like,
we gotta say the Bards.
And I'm like, yeah, it's Bardstown. And he's like, where's it at? Or what bar is it? I'm like, Bardstown. He's like, yeah, I know it's on Bardstown. What's it called? And I'm like, you fucking idiot.
We're not doing a who's on first in this situation.
Come on,
homie.
man. You dumb.
And also, don't be rude to me. Like, look it up right now.
I just love when people are so sure that they're right and they act like they're hot shit. And I'm like, you're so dumb.
Like, they're going to fuck you so hard. Like, you're saying something. Those are the people who are kind of either so self-absorbed or the dumbest. Because you are you are completely unaware, right? And because of that, when someone asserts something that you don't think is true, as opposed to like having any kind of critical thinking skills, either you're too cocky to think that you're wrong, or you're too dumb to think that you're wrong, because you're like, nope, that doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna give another thought. You're stupid.
Oh yeah. So donkey brains, what
donkey
I call
brains,
them.
donk brains.
Donkey brains.
The donk brains. Yeah.
So yeah, great show, and I think it was really good having something to compare it to, because kind of bring it back to Chicago.
Circle it back.
We spent some time in Chicago for our birthdays.
Birthdays 3-2-3-2.
Our birthdays are 2 days apart. So and yours is on the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's just a huge celebration.
Yes, which it's funny because I think if you were to tell me before we started dating, how would you feel if you were with somebody and your birthdays were 2 days apart? I'd be like, I don't like that. But it's kind of nice.
It's because we can like plan trips together.
We plan trips, and it's a big celebration. And we also are very conscious of like making the day specific to, that is your day. This is my day.
Yes. And we like to travel, so it's a good excuse to go somewhere.
Yes. And I've never been to Chicago. You had, and you were very clear.
Every 2 seconds, like, oh, well, this is just when I went last time.
I think this is where I was
like I'm the authority on Chicago.
I'm gonna throw in front of the fucking train right now.
But anyway, so to compare it to improv, we saw a show at the Second City Theater, which for those not in the biz, Second City is one of the largest improv schools in the country.
That's right.
Is it as big as Groundlings? Or
I would say bigger and the most well known, because the association is usually there's like some of the greats like John Candy and
I think Chris Farley was from
Chris
Second
Farley
City.
And Bill Murray. Don't make me say anymore.
And then Will Ferrell was in Groundlings. I think Conan also was in Groundlings.
Conan was in Groundlings.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. So I mean, and not to say that those aren't good, and this might be kind of anecdotal because that's how I see it, but I feel like Second City is kind of like the big one, and then like UCB obviously came later because like Amy Poehler I think helped start that.
Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yes. Sorry.
Nobody knows what UCB is.
I know you're right. And Groundlings, I mean Groundlings definitely has been around for sure because but still, so clearly a well-known improv place.
Yeah. So we got to see like a real like high caliber
and one that pays their
improv
people.
show.
A lot of them you have to
That's what I
pay
heard.
to be. No, you're right. I mean, you have to like pay to be a part of it or whatever. So.
Yeah. So it was an interesting show. It was definitely much more produced.
Yeah, it was sketch based. They definitely
which I don't know that I like. I mean, it is good that it's sketch based, but I wonder. I tell you what the question is how often are they reusing those sketches? You know, like are they doing like an SNL thing where they're writing new sketches every week?
That's a good question.
You know, I guess that really is the question.
Yeah.
Because if it's just
SNL
the same show
cards.
and they
that's
just
how
cycle
they remember.
Right. That's exactly right. And so, you know, it was like it felt like a lot of like stage stuff with like improv kind of peppered in. Yeah. Which it's like I don't know if that's really a true improv show.
I want to say I liked it. I thought they were so. I'm not saying
very
you're not
talented
that.
People.
So talented, but you're right. It didn't. I think what I was salty about is that it didn't give me the true improv experience that I was expecting.
Yeah.
And we were there for like improv shit, and we specifically there was 2 shows. One was a little cheaper. We specifically chose the one in like the main stage that was a little pricier. It was kind of expensive. I can't remember how the tickets were, but it was pricey. Yeah. Thinking that we were probably getting the higher caliber show. And not to say we didn't, but yeah, really surprised. I mean, little improv sprinkled in, and then like I think 2 games at the very end after like the show was supposedly ended. Yeah. And then I was like, I have to pee. And they were like, let's do an encore. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, they were all very much like, you know, every member had their own distinct personality, and that personality like was their brand. Yeah. And they all sort of played into that to give themselves like an identity separate from the other. So they played into that for their material. Right. So that was interesting. Albeit maybe a bit cliche if I'm being honest, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do?
Can you share with the people the situation that you saw beside you?
Don't get me. Oh, yes. Oh,
that was what you really.
Oh, I forgot all of. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, because that was so funny.
Yeah, so we were in the back. We weren't in the back row, but we were in like the back of like the front section. Yeah. And you know, middle of the show, this guy just kind of plows in, this older gentleman, very nice, like tweed jacket, sweater, like he had like a goatee, gray hair. He looked like a professor.
Yeah. And you referred to him as the professor.
The whole time I was like,
I think he's a professor.
Something.
Yeah, you said the professor, and I'm like,
Yeah, and you know, it's set up like a club, so like there's, you know, a lot of the chairs are around like little tables. We had a table in front of us, and you know, you can get drinks and food and stuff. And he, you know, he was, again, he kind of strolled in after the show had started, so there weren't like ideal seats, and so he set like a seat in between me, so you know, 2 seats to the left of me, and he got food and a drink, and he got chicken wings. Yeah. And I look over, and it's just like this very esteemed looking professor, just in a very, we'll say, undignified position, just holding like this little cardboard
he didn't have
boat
a table
in his hand, just eating a chicken wing. Like,
also, how
the show's going well. Oh, I have to dip it in some ranch, and he's got his ranch and his drink are just sitting on the chair next to him.
That really tickled you.
It was like a wine glass, and every time I adjusted, he had to hold onto the glass so it didn't tip over. Oh. So it's like, what are you, a toddler? What's going on here, man?
And chicken wings of all things, I would never pick that.
It's just him. Yeah, he's got his little napkin. Like,
I just loved it because we'd be watching, and you'd be like, baby, you gotta check out the professor right now. You were like, you were so not assertive. You were so adamant. Yes. Because you were like, please, you gotta look at this.
That was the real show.
Every time it changed, you'd be like, here's what he's got now. he's managed to put like you give me a description and then I try to look over and without being too obvious, obviously. And it was funnier because of the buildup of like the professor. The professor is he's now put everything on the seat.
Yeah.
And he's holding it and there was a moment where I'm like, I wish we could give him this table, but there's absolutely no way that would be able to happen.
Shit.
But also, yeah, he ain't getting shit. Deal with it.
It's like this guy, the way he's dressed, he looks like he should be like at a steakhouse or like at like a French
something
bistro.
Nice. Yeah, he should not be
not
there.
eating chicken wings out of a paper boat on his lap.
On his lap, yeah.
Yeah, like ugh.
And he was like, I mean, I don't know how late he was, but he showed up later and it was just him and
I got the vibe that like maybe he's like related to like one of the people in the audience.
Maybe
or I'm sorry, one of the people like in the show. And he's like maybe like kind of distant, like kind of like estranged.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'll make it to see you. And then I think he left early too. It was all very weird.
Well, you know,
like,
at least he was
story?
supportive for a time, I guess.
Where did he go after that?
Yeah. You know, and I will also say we were very lucky because we showed up maybe like 6 minutes before he started. And I'm working on my anxiety with that. And I don't know if anyone else feels this, but I get very anxious because I like control and knowing what's happening, you know,
very controlling.
How long will it take us to find a parking spot and getting there soon enough and then having a space and blah, blah, blah. So all of these things play in my mind.
Yeah.
And when we're late, I'm thinking about that. So I'm trying to let go and say like, there's nothing I can do about it. And here I am. So I might as well not torture myself. So luckily I was feeling a little anxiety, but I was doing okay. And it was kind of perfect because we got there and most people were there, but we had really good seats considering us getting in as late as we did. I felt really good about where we were sitting. I thought it was like kind of the perfect spot.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was nice.
Chicago was a great time. I mean,
it was great.
You know, for as much as people talk about Chicago, like having a lot of gun violence and
which
crime
it does.
and, you know, yeah, it does, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, we had a fantastic experience. I mean,
oh yeah,
we had no issues. I don't even think we had one panhandler. I don't think anyone asked us for money or anything.
That was kind of wild to me. I'm so used to them. You know.
Ugh, what do you mean them?
I know. I said that and I was like, oof.
That was a hard T.
I know. I hated
hard
that.
TH.
I know. I don't feel. I know you're giving me shit, but I don't feel good about it. I feel like I'm used to that occurring. So I was a little surprised that, you know, not that I wanted it, but
and we did some walking. Like we were around town.
Went
to a blues club.
Yeah, we saw a blues show.
So good. I tell you what's real criminal is like the musicians in that town. Like we saw like a handful of musicians just out in the street and so good. Like the caliber of their skill level is just through the roof, and it's like they're not successful. There's no way they're successful.
Wild.
You know, they're not doing anything.
Which again goes to show you. I mean, success is really so much about luck and partially about talent.
And you know, making a splash, you know, like doing something that's just a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, if you get into something and people who are in the biz will say, we've have so many of these type of people, so we don't need it. And there's probably, you're not going to make it with just the same thing. You got to have your own thing. Or, you know, if you're going to do this other, maybe less popular area of music or something.
Yeah. It was good. You know, we went to, we did all the touristy bullshit. We did the bean.
I know.
We were like,
we were actually, I thought it was,
look at all these fucking losers.
We're so fucking
bean.
judgy. Well,
and they're like, oh, let's get a snap.
I mean, if you listen to the polishing the bean, we fuck, like, I was just listening to it.
We fuck.
We fucking shit. We shit on it a little bit.
We shat and fucked on the bean.
We did it. But we got there and I thought it was funny because I was kind of the mindset of like, we need to take a picture, let's move it along, because there were so many people around it. So I think
the true like vision is seeing all the people at the bean.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people underneath it looking up.
It's like watching bees buzzing around.
Buzzy bean for sure. And the fountain was pretty, a lot of kids, of course. So
yeah, but the face.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, the way I look at that, I think it's nice. I'm not gonna I don't think it's overrated in the sense of it being nice. Yeah. But I think it's one of those things that it would be so nice. I work downtown. You go over there, have your lunch or have a little moment.
Yeah.
Not when there's a shit ton going on and like 4th of July weekend and everyone's there and just. Mm-hmm. And it's fun. I mean, we had to.
Everyone was there. It was like a million.
There was
people.
A line to get in. They were checking people's shit and we snuck in. Some woman had a thing open. We're like, fuck it, we're getting in. But for what I mean,
asshole.
Nothing else. I guess there was a place for food, but it wasn't like a whole event. It was just, here's the park and here's like a food stand and that's it. Yeah. I don't know. So
good time. Beautiful,
it was fun.
Magnificent city.
I was really not overwhelmed isn't the right word, but a little bit looking at how big it is and how far it extends. And then we went to the beach and we got these like.
You almost died.
We almost died. We got these you got some drinks. They were in pineapples.
Whole ass pineapples.
It was so good.
You want to tell them about the.
Oh yeah, thing? I feel like this is hard. Since this is an
it's going to be hard to illustrate.
But Adam is. And I know you were excited to get in the water.
A comedy legend.
He was getting in, and the water was freezing, by the way. And
Very
he would
cold.
go in, and I'd kind of check on him because I was sitting, and because I'm paranoid about leaving the stuff, even if everyone else is, because I don't be trusting these people.
Yeah.
And I'd look at him, and I was kind of like waving, and he'd wave back like a child. And then I did a little thumbs up, and he gave me back a thumbs up, and then he proceeded to like walk.
I'd wait out just a few feet further out,
around,
and I make eye contact.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
And then there was a period where you couldn't see me because there were people, and I could see him, and he was just looking, and I was trying to give him the thumbs up. He couldn't see me, and it was so funny because once the people cleared out, he was just like, ah, and he gave me the thumbs up. It was really, really enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of like that scene in Heavyweights when he's like, buddy,
buddy. Yeah. I loved it. I
was invoking Heavyweights energy there.
Yeah, you love Heavyweights.
Yeah.
You love the Heavyweights.
I really was feeling myself that day.
I enjoyed it because, it's like you're on the beach and it's hot out, and I think a lot of people aren't super comfy in a suit. Because we live in a society that's really
You mean
critical.
Like a swimsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because I had a little bit of a breakdown TBH before because we were going to the beach and I brought a swimsuit and I put it on. I felt like shit about it because, I'm sure most people, you try it on, you don't feel good. You're so consumed with that idea of like not loving yourself and your body. And Adam was being so supportive. He was like, baby, just know it's fine. And I was like, it's not fine. And it was more of like the back fat and kind of how it clipped. But then I just wore my like sports bra and then the bottoms, and I was like, okay, it's fine. Yeah. I feel better.
I looked good.
Well, you were killing it.
I was killing. I really made love to the camera.
Oh yeah, you were really in your element. Honestly, it was a delight to see.
Well, I'm so nervous. I don't like being without a shirt on. So when I'm in a situation where I must not wear a shirt, it's like, what else can I do but own it?
Yeah, and you didn't know any of. I mean, it's easy to say, but like. You knew there were so many people.
Yeah, just a sea of people.
They're all going to forget you. If they look at you, they forget you. It doesn't matter. But I get that. Yeah. I mean, it is uncomfy. But you can't just not. I mean, it would be so, not weird, but you can't just wear a shirt in the water. What are we doing?
I used to do that.
I know you did.
Back in that was my move as a kid. In my husky days. That's how you know it's bad when they call you. They're just trying to save your feelings. They're like, you're husky. You're not fat. You're husky.
Yes.
It's like, bitch.
Oh, you just reminded me.
You mean like Beethoven?
Can I tell a story?
Please.
Okay. So the neighborhood I grew up in, a lot of Jews in Cleveland, and
The neighborhood.
there was two that I can remember. Well, maybe I guess three, but two specifically Orthodox families, Orthodox Jews, and one across from me, one like a house down. And I did play with the kids, the house down a little bit. One's name was Mayor.
Okay.
And the other one's, these are two boys, and the other one's name was, and I'm sure this wasn't his given name, but they called him Husky, and he was a chubby little boy.
Yeah.
And Mayor was nice, Husky was kind of a bully.
Sure.
And I specifically remember, I don't remember why this happened, but we were playing, and I think he hurt me or he did something, and then I went back to get like a plastic bat to like fuck him up because I was so upset. Or I did something where I was like, oh, I'm gonna get him. Or maybe he hit me with a plastic bat and I was upset and he like didn't care. Because Orthodox Jews have a sense of superiority. Either like other, whatever. That's a whole other thing.
Oh.
But very
Let's
frustrating.
not pick any other battles.
Yeah,
here.
we're not getting into. I know we can't
not
do that
here at the end.
But in any case, what I'm trying to say is there was no respect, and I remember going back home and just having a moment of just crying on the bathroom floor and being like, he did this to me, and just to my mom, and nothing happened because what are you gonna do? But that's what reminded me of it. I was like, not playing with Husky anymore. Mean.
Your mom should have been like, honey, listen, he's fat.
He's a fatty. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah,
he
is
has no value.
That's why they
He
call
did
him
suck.
Husky.
I wonder how he's doing. I think about that
he's
family.
dead.
I think they were
There's no way
the
he's alive.
Moishas. Yeah, I think they were the Moishas. Yeah, I think
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And the dad was, I guess my dad said that like he had an okay relationship, but who
Really?
knows? Yeah.
I'm just picturing like a Jewish version of Moisha. It's called Moisha.
Moisha.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Oh my god, that show! I remember an episode. Speaking of Moesha, there's an episode of Moesha. I don't know who watched it,
Moisha.
but when she got a car, and she was super ungrateful because she didn't think it was as cute, and it was red. And there's like this scene where she's sitting there and riding, and she sees like she's just pretending seeing a cute guy. She's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then pretending he's driving away. She's like, "No, wait." Oh, and then finally confronting to her parents that she doesn't like the car and having it be a big deal and being honest. And I'm like, this fucking ungrateful bitch just got a whole ass car.
Oh,
and she's angry. Like,
it was a new car?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, I think so.
Come
I
on,
can't remember.
Moesha.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a whole thing about being, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, you're not, like, everyone's first car isn't like their favorite usually.
Yeah.
So the fact that you got a car and you didn't have to pay for it from your parents as a fucking gift is so nice.
Yeah.
Anyways. So
that's messed up.
I know. Moesha needs to get her shit together.
Yeah. I know. I mean, they just don't make TV like they used to.
They just don't.
Honestly,
it's so different.
A lot of cool shows back in the 90s.
I know. I
Smart
mean,
guy.
Oh, he's a smart guy.
Not
about as smart. Oh, I remember there was a scene from that where he was trying to he was doing a contest or something. This is just so many memories. Yeah. And he was looking at the TV and he was like, where's a pen and paper? I have to write this number down. And then he's like, wait a minute. I have a photographic memory. And then he just stands there and stares at the screen. And I really loved that. I mean, his eyes are super wide, like he's taking in the number. Because he's smart. And then the friend, Mo. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah, that guy was dumb.
So dumb. There was so funny.
I think that guy was in the Steve Harvey show too.
Oh, was he?
As another dumb high schooler.
Yeah, he's good at it.
With Lori Beth
He
Denberg.
Hey, was she in that?
Lori Beth Denberg?
In Steve Harvey show?
Oh, yeah, she was.
Good
she
for
played
her.
a student. Yeah.
Good for her.
She got it.
Good for her.
All right, well, this has devolved into talking about 90s sitcoms. Do you think we should wrap it up here?
Oh, maybe. I guess so. I know. Yeah. Just the memories are happening,
Oh,
just the memes.
Memory unlocked.
Memory unlocked. I know, but it's true. Click, click.
All right. Well, hey, we this was a show, and we did it, and
we're
gonna do another one next week. Huh?
Yeah, if all all things.
I'm gonna eat a turkey leg tomorrow, and all's gonna be well with the world. I'm
taking a shit ton of pictures of you with that turkey leg.
Oh, you better.
I'm gonna.
Because I won't have a hand because I'll be two-handing that turkey. You know, so
That's right. You can't take a picky of yourself. I'm very excited. Have you had a turkey leg like that before?
Yeah, I'm not a fan, honestly.
Okay, you're just gonna do it.
I'm not expecting it to be good.
I know. I've always been underwhelmed about giant turkey legs, but
yeah, but
keto. What's up? Getting our best bodies.
All right, babe.
Bye.
Bye.